Hello, everyone. I'm Mark, and that is
Joe?
Joe, and welcome back to what's the Mark and Joe's Baseball Podcast, episode
Yeah.
4. Coming to you on a Tuesday for once. Tuesday. Why Tuesday? But, it's Tuesday. April 8th, 2025. Speaking of which, it's April 8th, 2025. It's a Tuesday. So, it might be one of the first episodes we do on Tuesday. We might have more on Tuesdays. We'll see. All depends on stuff. I do have to work on this day, April 8th, but you're seeing this video April 8th as well, so I'll have the video uploaded here on Tuesday morning, April 8th, for you all to watch. We have a lot of big stories today, and a lot of news to discuss as well. Like those New York Yankees torpedo bats.
Yeah, torpedo bats, yeah.
Those are very interesting. I don't know are they good for the game, bad for the
I
game?
think that should be, I like them. They should be
I like
legal. They don't
They're not legal. They're not legal. They're not illegal. They're legal.
They're legal. I'm saying that's one. Like they're legal.
It kind of
I don't have an issue. I don't have any issue with them.
It kind of reminds me of that one movie, The Natural. I don't know if you've seen that one, where he becomes a baseball player and he there's a lightning that strikes his tree and he makes a baseball bat out of his tree, makes a baseball bat out of the tree that gets struck by lightning. Fun movie, The Natural. I've watched it in a film history class way back when, a few years back when I was taking college classes. And then in other news, Ketel Marte in the last Tuesday got a new 6-year contract extension from the Arizona Diamondbacks, making him an Arizona Diamondbacks player till the year 2031. So all the way until then, 6 years. That's a long time to play for one team. He's going to play the rest of his career most likely. Let's see if they win a World Series or two. What do you think? Yes? No?
Yeah.
They just needed some help in the pitching department. And then also, overnight on Sunday, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. got a 14-year contract extension from the Toronto Blue Jays, which makes him the highest paid player in baseball.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool. So that's all the fun stuff we have for today. We have more segments coming up, including our baseball birthdays, our baseball history, and our picks for the week. If you remember in episode 3, we did our predictions. We did our picks for the week where we also picked our players we think are going to hit home runs and pitchers we thought were going to get wins. We'll tell you the results on how that is going, and we'll make more picks for this next week. So that being said, it's all here on episode 4 on this Tuesday. So let's get going. We'll talk to you here shortly. Okay, everyone, it's time for our next segment, our baseball birthdays. Time for that time of the week where you celebrate birthdays around Major League Baseball. First one goes out to New York Mets infielder Jeff McNeil, otherwise known by his nickname, the Squirrel, because he's so fast, like a squirrel, they call him that. After that, we have Joe Adell of the Angels. And following him, we have Hall of Famer Gary Carter. So, happy birthday to the players whose birthdays are on April 8th, 2025. That being said, happy birthday to everyone who has a birthday on April 8th.
Happy birthday.
And now, everyone, I'm going to turn it over to Joe here for baseball history for April 8th, 2025.
So on April 8th, 1974, Hank Aaron of the Atlanta Braves hit his 715th career home run, breaking Babe Ruth's record of 714, which started for 39 years.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hank Aaron hitting 715 home runs. Sadly, he's no longer part of the game with us in life. He passed away a few years back. And it's always fun seeing what different African American community does. Hank Aaron of the Braves, one of the better ones playing in his career in Atlanta.
He should have the home run guy Cristal.
Well, technically he should, because Barry Bonds technically, I guess I don't know if you can say Barry Bonds cheated, which he did, but he's never owned up to it. So unfortunately, that's how that is. Will we ever see another player break a home run record? I'm not sure. Maybe someday in the future. We'll see. So that's a cool piece of history for baseball history today. Okay, everyone, it's time for a trivia question today. Something new we're going to do this week here. It's a trivia question. It's kind of funny. Joe came up with them himself, so I want to give him credit for the segment. I want everyone to guess, what hat is Joe wearing? It's a minor league baseball team. I know what team it is, but I'm not going to tell you because it's a secret. You, the viewers, have to comment below which hat you think it is for trivia. If you do, we'll give you a shout out in the next video, whoever you are. So, anyone want to make a comment and tell us what hat Joe's wearing? What minor league team
Yeah, what
he's representing today?
what team?
That's a good question.
So there's a
Think
close
about
up.
that. Yeah, there's a close up. We'll give you the answer in the next episode, and we'll also give a shout out to the person who gets it correct. So thanks for watching. Thanks for the trivia questions.
Yeah.
We'll do it again next week too, so stay tuned, please. Okay, everyone, it's time for a recap on our picks from last week. From a few weeks ago, back on the first Wednesday before the season started, we made our picks on that episode, on episode 3 for the prediction episode, for our pitchers that we thought were going to get a win, and our hitters we thought were going to hit home runs. I picked Corbin Burns for the Diamondbacks for my pitcher. He went 0-1 2 starts. And pitched 4.1 innings against the Yankees, pitched 5 innings against the Nationals on Sunday, 2 days ago, and got the loss and fell to 0-1. And Joe picked the Dodgers pitcher Yamamoto, and he had 3 starts, but one of those he started in Japan. He started 2 in the last few weeks from the time we are doing this. And he went 1-1. He's 1-1, and he went 1-0 in 2 starts technically. He was already 0-1. He was already had a 1 loss. He went 0-1 in the time span though, because he lost to the Phillies over the weekend and had a no decision against the Tigers. For home run picks, Joe picked Mike Trout, had 3 home runs, and 8 RBIs in the last 2 weeks almost. And I picked Corbin Carroll, who had 3 home runs and 6 RBIs. So our home run picks, I guess you could say, we're about even. But Joe, you were right about. You said Mike Trout was going to hit 3 home runs, right?
Yeah, I said that.
So that's a good thing. Very funny when you hit the spot and get the home runs correct, how many they're going to hit. So for the next week, we're doing it again all over. Who you're going to pick what pitcher are you going to pick to get wins this week, and what hitter are you going to pick to hit home runs? Any picks this week? Who's your pitcher for the week?
Who's that one rookie on White Sox that just recently made debut?
I don't know. What's that? Well, I don't know. You
There's
tell me. I'll look, and I'm thinking Chicago White Sox.
There's a pitcher. I forgot his name. There's a pitcher company against Twins that made debut.
Let me look up Chicago White Sox roster.
Sorry about that. I don't forgot his name.
That's fine. Don't worry.
He got me his major league debut on Twins.
Don't worry about that.
Rookie.
Rookie.
He made major league debut on the Twins.
Against the Twins. Okay. Who's your home run pick for the next week?
I think he'll go down.
Go down?
I think Shane Smith. That's that guy.
Smith? Shane Smith. Okay, let me look. Interesting. He's one game 0-0.
He did real good in the first game.
Yeah, pitching against the Twins on April 1st.
Yeah, that's the guy. That Shane Smith.
Hasn't pitched since, actually. Hasn't pitched since.
I think he's starting soon. His start's coming up soon.
Interesting. Well, most of the other pitchers have pitched multiple
He
starts.
will go up.
Okay, interesting. So that's your pick for the week for pitchers?
Yeah.
And who's your hitter you're going to pick for the week to hit home runs? Who's your home run hitter you're going to pick?
Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper, interesting pick. Well, that's interesting to see. And you're ready for my picks? My picks are going to be very interesting this week. I'm probably going to fail again with my picks. Because I did with my pitcher last time around, and my hitter had the same number of home runs your guy had. For my pitcher, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to go with for the pitching side. This is a tough one for me. Realistically, I'm going to go with Luis Castillo of the Seattle Mariners. Their ace. Not the rookie Luis Castillo pitched over the weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Because the Seattle Mariners last week, they had a pitcher last week. Luis Castillo, who was their pitcher last year, started game. Then the day after, on Friday night, they had another Luis Castillo start the game, so they have two pitchers in rotation named Luis Castillo. I'm taking the OG Luis Castillo. He used to pitch with Cincinnati Reds back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm taking him as my pitcher. For my home run hitter this week, I'm going out on a limb. I'm going to say Aaron Judge from the Yankees. Even though with those torpedo bats, I'm not sure how he's going to do. They are in Detroit, though, this week from Monday through Wednesday. Have a day game on Monday, the day we're recording this. So I'm not sure. And I think the Detroit weather in Detroit, I think it's gonna be cold. I think it's supposed to be cold there this week. If I look at the weather forecast for Detroit, that's what I think Detroit's supposed to be cold. So I'm not sure how Aaron Judge is gonna do with the Detroit weather. But the torpedo bats might be able to get one out. Yeah, the Tigers. Yankees, they play today at 1 o'clock Central Time. Detroit weather then. They play at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, I believe. The weather in Detroit today at first pitch, it's supposed to be about in the 40s, so 45. Next few days going to be cold. There's a chance of snow tomorrow, 37. A chance of snow on Wednesday, 41 degrees. So I'm kind of nervous about this pick for Aaron Judge, but I'm going to take him anyway, see how he does. We'll see. The torpedo bats might be able to help him in the cold weather.
Yeah.
In the cold weather, so we'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens with those. So that's pretty much it with the picks. Okay, everyone, before we finish episode 4, I want to thank you for watching today. Do a recap of what we did. We had so much fun today. Something I want to talk about here at the end of the show on this episode 4 is I just want to recap how was the last 2 weeks. I wanted to talk about the recap from episode 4. So, overall, the first few weeks of the season for Major League Baseball, I've liked seeing the teams that are good. There's some teams out there that I did not expect. I think you picked in the prediction episode, in the episode 3, you picked the Texas Rangers. How did you get that correct so far in the first 2 weeks? They're in first place.
I know. Yeah.
And then the San Francisco Giants, another surprise team. San Francisco Giants in the National League West. Only one loss. And are now in second place in the National League West. And then so many other teams out there right now that are just trying to stay afloat right now. Well, let's see how the rest of the month goes. Wait till the end of April. I can't wait for the end of April. The end of April when we do our end of the month, we'll do our top 5 teams in the month at the end of the year, at the end of this month. And I can't wait for that. It's gonna be hard to pick a top 5 team of the months until we see what the standings and records look like. What about you? What do you think about that?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see what the next few weeks
Padres
looks like.
are good.
Yeah, but they're in third place right now. But the Giants are in first, second.
They're usually a bad team.
Yeah. Well, the Padres, they were in the playoffs last.
I know they're not. They're usually not that great. Now
Yeah.
they're real good.
Yeah, you're right about one thing. But that's it for episode 2. Hope everyone enjoyed this episode. And anything else you want to say?
No.
No. So I guess that's it.
Comment below what hat.
Yeah, don't forget the trivia. What hat is Joe wearing today? Trivia question of the week. We'll answer that next week. Person who gets it correct gets a shout out next week on episode 5. We're going to do the trivia question for episode 5. Hopefully. We should be back with you next Wednesday. Sorry about the mix up this week doing it on Tuesday because I have to work Tuesday and I also work Wednesday. But you'll see this video tomorrow morning before I go to work. It should be up before I go to work, hopefully. And we'll see you all hopefully next Wednesday. Back to normal next week, hopefully. Who knows if we're going to have these mixed up weeks where you have to do an episode on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. But if we have to do an episode on a certain day, we will. Trust me, we will, right? I guess so. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, watch the channel, like it, subscribe, tell your friends about it to do the same. And also, hit the notification button below so you know when we upload new videos. And we'll see you in the future. Bye for now. Stay safe. And peace out. See you next week, everyone. Bye.